by now you have understood that if you have an AP, and AP is of the form, the first term is A, then each term increases or decreases by a common difference D. So the second term is A plus D, right? And then the next term is A plus 2D, and then so on up to the last term, which is L, right? So why A plus 2D, you understand, no? This is A, so the second term is A plus D, and then the third term will increase by another D, right? So this is the second term, and then the common difference is D, so it will again increase by D, so it is A plus 2D. And similarly we will go, and the last term, now since we don't know the number of terms, we are denoting the last term by L. So now here you have Sn. Now this is the sum of n terms of an AP. So Sn denotes what? Sum of n terms of an AP. So we are just summing the terms of an AP now. So for your 2, 4, 6, 8, suppose we are taking the even terms. So then this just means the sum of the terms. Okay, we are adding up the sums. So the formulas are Sn is equal to n by 2 A plus L. Okay, and n here is obviously the sum of n terms. A is the first term, L is the last term. Okay, and this can also be written as n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 D. This is the second formula. So these are the two formulas we will be using for sum of n terms. So let us take a very simple and a very easy example first. Okay, 25 plus 28 plus up to 100. So it's a very pretty easy example, and we just have to find the sum, and obviously these terms are in an AP. So again, anytime you get an AP, first thing you do is you write the first term, which is 25, then D, which is the common difference, which is 28 minus 25, which is 3. L here, because we have to find the sum, and we know in both formulas, not in the second one we don't need, but in the first formula, which is the easier one, we will need. So if we have been provided with the last term, obviously we will be writing the last term as well. Okay, now here you see we have to find the sum of the series, but we don't know the number of terms. Now and you see here your formula, you will need an n, but we do not have n. So like I taught before, first we will have to find n. Okay, so the last term is given as 100. So how do we find n? Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 D equal to 100, where n is total number of terms. Okay, so this is 25 plus n minus 1 into 3 is equal to 100. So if you calculate it, it is 3n plus 22, because 25 minus 3 is 22. I have just opened the brackets. It is equal to 100. So 3n is equal to 100 minus 22, which is 78, and then n is 26. So the total number of terms here is 26. Now we can apply it and use any of the formulas. Obviously we will be using this one because this is easier calculation. So now that we have n, Sn is equal to n by 2 into A plus L. So n is 26, so it is 26 by 2 into the first term is 25 and the last term is 100. So you multiply it, this is 13, sorry, divide it, and then 13 into 125, which is equal to 1625. And this is your solution. This is how we apply these formulas to solve questions. Okay, and similarly any question you have of this type, you will be able to solve using these two formulas. Now lastly, before I finish discussion of these chapters, I might make another video separately for the word problems and the PYQs later on, but for now I just want to discuss one word problem here today to just kind of close the chapter and to also be able to discuss at least one word problem. So let me write the question again for you. A ladder has rungs 25 centimeter apart. So they decrease uniformly in length from 45 centimeter at the bottom to 25 centimeter at the top. See here how it is an AP. Now the top and bottom rung are 2.5 meter apart. Now what is the length of wood required? Okay, so now we have to make a ladder. Now first we will try to visualize our problem. Okay, so a ladder has rungs 25 centimeter apart. Okay, so rungs are the stairs kind of the ladder, and these are 25 centimeter apart. Okay, so each one the gap is 25 centimeter. Okay, they decrease uniformly in length, so the rungs are decreasing in length. Okay, from 45 centimeter at the bottom, so the bottom length has 45 centimeter length, the bottom rung, and at top we have 25 centimeter. So this is like your first term and the last term of your AP. Okay, and the top and bottom, the total distance is 2.5 meter. Now since all of the detail is in centimeter, it will be very wise of you to convert this also into centimeter and not keep it in meters. Okay, so 2.5 meter is 2.5 into 100, which is 250 centimeter. I have used simple conversion. This is 250 centimeter. Okay, and the gap between two rungs is 25 centimeters. So this is basically the whole idea here. Your first one and your first term, your second term. Now here you see it is said that they decrease uniformly, so they are decreasing. Okay, in length from 45 centimeter at the bottom to 25 centimeter at the top. So your A here will be 45 centimeter and L is equal to 25 centimeter because it's a ladder like that. Okay, now you just need to find your N, which is the number of rungs. Now if we know that the total length is 250 centimeter, of course you have to find the length of wood. So basically you have to find Sn, which is n by 2a plus L. So now you just need to find N. N is again the number of terms here. So in this case just the rungs, right? The number of rungs here. These are our terms, right? The number of rungs. So to find this, obviously since we know total length and each one has a gap of 25 centimeter, we will just do 250 divided by 25. Okay, and plus one more, the bottom one, if you are going like this. So this is your N, so this is 11. Then you can simply calculate it. Sn is 11 by 2 into 45 plus 25, which is 385 centimeter. This is the length of wood required, which is obviously equal to 3.85 meters. So the only thing here was to visualize. The question was pretty easy.